yeah, if you think you're going to do it in your own strength, then you know what? Yeah, you can do it.
COVID, it's been helping people move their businesses from offline or brick and mortar to online.
Systems are more important than skills as an entrepreneur today.
It's totally okay to reinvent yourself multiple times, especially when you're an entrepreneur.
Welcome to Profitable Coaching Conversations with Wendy Y. Bailey. If you're a coach, speaker, or industry expert, you're in the right place for sales and marketing wisdom and insight to grow your coaching business. Now, here's your host, Income Acceleration Mentor, Wendy Y. Bailey.
Hi, everyone, and welcome again to the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show. I'm really tickled for you to meet our guest for this episode. Let me tell you a little bit about her, and we will jump into our conversation. Roshanda Pratt is known as the Rosho Live. She's a storyteller, Livestream Strategist, and producer. Her strength is empowering people to be seen, heard, and paid online and on air. Her weakness is fudgy brownies. I kind of got that weakness too, so I totally get it. She's a total girly girl who loves yellow, kisses from her 2-year-old, and laughing with her college love of 15 years. She and her husband, Jacoby, are creating beautiful stories in South Carolina with their children. Welcome, Roshanda.
Thank you, Wendy Y. I'm so glad to be here.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you. We met on Facebook. That's kind of how we first met. But I don't know your backstory. You know what I mean? So let's start with how you came to the place that you are now as a storyteller, as this live stream strategist, as that, everything that you are today. Tell us how you got here.
Really, it started in the 4th grade. So my mom and dad are from the beautiful country of Trinidad and Tobago. Okay. And shout out to all the Trinis that are listening.
Yes.
And in the 4th grade, my dad would make me watch the news. So while my friends were watching the Smurfs, I was watching Tom Brokaw and Peter Jennings.
Wow.
And he told me that it's your responsibility and duty to know what's going on in your country and your community. He says, I should know more about America than you do. And it really started this love, Wendy Y, of storytelling. I didn't know then that it was broadcast journalism, but it started this thing of, I want to be in the know, and I want to make sure that all of my friends are in the know. And just as a sidebar, when I was in the 8th grade, we had 8th grade superlatives, and I was called Dear Abby, the future Dear Abby, because I was the person.
So you had already gotten your moniker and your made your mark as a broadcast journalism even then.
Exactly.
Journalist.
So yes, exactly. So started the journey of discovering what this is. And by the time in high school, I realized that it is journalism, and went to college for it, and really started working at NBC, PBS stations, CBS stations. And I often tell people that first year of me working in a television station, I was actually getting paid for, because back in those days, as a TV intern, you did not get paid.
You did not get paid.
You did not get paid. You were paid in the experience.
Wow.
So you didn't get paid. So I was really excited when I got my first television paid TV job while I was still a senior in college. And let me tell you, Wendy Y, that year was like baptism by fire. Everything that happened in America happened the first 4 years of me working at that station. 9/11, the War on Terror, Ray Caruth, a Carolina Panther, accused of killing his then pregnant girlfriend, right? Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s death. Like everything that happened within the first 4 years.
Those are all major stories.
Major stories. The death of Senator Strawn Thurmond, a longtime senator here in South Carolina. I was like, what is going on? So I was on the front lines of covering the biggest news stories, really helping to write history. Yeah. And then fast forward through leaving that station and getting into crisis communications, leaving TV news for a season, and then going back into TV. I'll never forget the day I was working as an executive morning show producer at my local CBS station. And we just finished the 2.5-hour morning show, and we're sitting there with the morning show team getting ready to watch CBS This Morning with Gayle King and Nora. And in the headlines, they talk about this app called Periscope and Meerkat. And they talk about how this is supposed to
I
be
remember
innovative.
Periscope.
Remember
Yes.
that Periscope?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I sat there and I was really intrigued when I was sitting going like, what are they talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about that this app on your phone would give you the capabilities of live streaming. Much of what we did many years in television, where you need a SAT truck, you need cables, you need all of the things in order to broadcast live.
Welcome to the 21st century, I tell you, and
Right.
technology like growing by leaps and bounds from that.
Total game changer, because as I sat there looking at this thing wide-eyed, like I'm looking today, right? My coworkers were like, oh, this is another way for people to be irresponsible on social media. Sometimes journalists can be really, really bitter.
Okay, I can tell that was, they felt disrespected is what that
Yes.
was, you know.
So they were like, oh, this is another way for people to be inappropriate on social media. But I saw it as an opportunity. And I saw it as an opportunity to really be seen, heard, and paid. So I instantly, Wendy Y, started doing live video. I started doing it when I would leave work to really build what I call then my side job, my company, my business. Because I knew that though I was working in television news and had great experiences covering, really great stories, impactful stories, I also knew that it was just training ground for me, that's not where God would really amplify my voice. So
you saw the vision and you wrote it down and made it plain,
exactly.
and he created the path for you.
Exactly. So I was an early adopter and it was a total game changer for me. And what was so funny is a lot of those coworkers called me, purchased my book about live video. How do we do this thing?
Yes.
And
now you're the expert that they turn to.
Now I'm the expert. So that's the brief story in my journey of becoming the storyteller and live stream strategist, because I know the power of media. Pictures and words together make the perfect marriage. And live video gives us the opportunity to do that.
Wow, that's amazing. The thing that I'm clear on when you talk about how you got here and that path that you saw very early, a vision for what it would turn into for you in your business. I love that. The other thing that I kind of want to touch on is today, you really are a live stream strategist. You really are the go-to person. What do you typically help people with when they come to you for live stream strategist work?
So mostly what I'm doing is I'm tapping into the 20 years experience I had working as a television news producer. It's one thing to hit a go live button, but it's another thing to create a live video experience for people. So the people who come to me, the coaches, the speaker, the consultants, the authors, these are folks who want to go beyond just hitting the button, but they want to create a show experience for people. They want to hone in on their expertise, their credentials. They want to create powerful content that wows their audience. And so basically what I teach my clients to do is to think like a producer. And that's what makes the difference between hitting a button and creating a show experience.
Yeah. We were talking before we started recording, and one of the things we talked about was the fact that this podcast is a production. And it's interesting for me that I shared with you before that I didn't know it would be quite the production that it's turned into.
Right.
But the thing that I've learned is it turned into the production because I wanted it done a certain way. And in wanting it done that certain way, it had to become a production with all the moving parts. And I love that you're able to show your clients that kind of journey, because it really goes beyond just hitting live. Totally goes beyond just hitting live.
It does. Yeah. There's so many things that go along into preparing a live show experience. You want to think about the preparation that happens beforehand with the content or booking the show guest. What's the experience you want to create for people as they're watching the show? What happens after the show? And these are all things that we do as television news producers. you know, Wendy Y, for many years, my mom couldn't tell people what I did. She'd always say, she works in that big building that's the TV station with the satellite on the top. She couldn't tell people, like,
Yeah.
you know, even though I would explain, I was like, Mom, you know, explaining to my West Indian mother, Mom, I'm a producer. I'm the one that writes the news that the anchors read on air. So you're telling me they don't do that? No.
No, they
I
don't.
do the work and they just look good. They're the face of my work.
Right.
But now in this live stream capacity, everybody has an opportunity. Ready for this? Everybody has an opportunity to create their own media newsroom and become their own producer. It leveled the playing field, this whole technology. It became a disruptor.
A good disruption for sure.
Yes.
The thing that I love about live streaming is you get to engage with people in a different way than just writing something and posting it on social media. You get to engage, you get to ask questions, you get to touch them in places just by what you're talking about. And I love that connection. One of the things that I know is a pet peeve of yours is when people, you're laughing because you know what I'm going to say, when people jump online to do their live, they say, I'm going to wait for a few people to join us before we start. Tell us why that's such a peeve for you.
When I say that someone said this the other day, and I'm totally embracing the fact that I've become a Southerner, but like that really burns my biscuits. Like I walk
burns your biscuits. I never heard that expression before. That's
burns my biscuits because it really is. That's not how you do a production. That's not how you do anything that's live media. I mean, that would almost like your favorite show was Wheel of Fortune. And Pat says to Vanna, oh, don't turn over that letter. We got to wait for Wendy Y to get here before we start the show. That doesn't happen. Yeah. And the other thing is it's also uncomfortable and it's annoying to the people who are watching in replay. Yeah. Replay is where it's at, really, when it comes to the people you're engaging with. So now in the replay audience, I have to sit through this or I have to scrub your video to find it. And if I have to do a lot of work in order to get the content,
you're not going to watch it.
I'm just going to turn it off. So it's really just understanding how can I continue to engage with my audience while you wait for people to show up. But don't sit there and say, I'm waiting for people to join because I came on. So don't penalize me because the people are not here. But also, I'm here. Right. I'm valuable enough that I showed up. So show up for me because I showed up for you.
Yeah. The thing that it reminds me of is one of my pastors when I was younger used to start service right on time. So if you were 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late, 15, 20 minutes late, you were late. And you understood that you were late. But he was like, no, you know, I'm helping you to understand this is our start time. So you need to change your behavior to get here for our start time, not me moving the start time back because you're not here. That's what it reminds me of. And I love the analogy of it being news, broadcast news. And so you've got to start on time. Yeah.
The news always starts at 4:59. 58, depending on what market you're in, or 4:59:20.
So a half a second before we actually go live is what you're saying.
They got to roll the animation and then they start the show right at 5 o'clock with them saying, good afternoon. This is your news at 5. I'm Roshanda Pratt here with Wendy Y. Bailey.
Yes.
You see,
you're
why
ready.
are we waiting?
Yeah. You got to be ready. You got to be ready. So I had one question. Let me remember what it was. When you are working with your clients, what's the very common thing that you do that no matter who shows up, you find yourself really teaching them or leading them or guiding them in one specific thing? What is that?
Mindset. A lot of people have to see themselves as the expert, as the authority. Whether I'm dealing with them on the side of live video or the side of them pitching to be on television news. They have to understand that they're the expert and that people want to hear from them. And a lot of times what we have to go back to is the childhood, you know, of you talk too much, you know, you can't string your words together.
You're shattering their limiting beliefs and stuff that's been instilled in them. Yeah.
Exactly. And we have to confront those because a lot of times we carry those things over into our company. into our business, into our coaching, into our speaking, consulting, even into writing books. We carry that into. And so we have to shatter that belief and understand that you are the expert, you are the authority, and you deserve to be seen, heard, and paid.
Yeah, I love it. So we're going to take a quick break, Roshanda, and pay some bills with the advertisement, and we'll come back for our Profitable Wisdom segment.
Before we were working with Penelope, my husband was working way too hard.
I was not satisfied with our investments and what they were doing and my ability to direct them and manage them.
I was in a place of financial upheaval.
I've been studying investing for decades. No matter what I implemented, it didn't work.
For the first time in my 20 years of teaching, we found a way for entrepreneurs from all over the world to attend my Financial Freedom 101 event online and still get to experience the connection, magic, and energy of an in-person event.
Penelope inspired me from the very first moment that I met her.
She just has a way of breaking things down into something I can understand.
She sort of presents her information like bricks. If you do this brick, then you can add another brick, and then you can add another brick, and then pretty soon you've got a structure that's pretty impressive.
I think she's the smartest teacher in the world. She meets you at your level, and then step by step will slowly educate you on what's the next logical step, and you get comfortable with it, and then you can do it.
When I started working with Penelope, I saw results. For the first time, my account's growing.
She's helped me look at all aspects of my life so that I feel comfortable to retire.
I've been looking at the results every single year, and actually my business is at double-digit growth every single year. We went from 7 to 8 figures while she's been working with us.
Not only has our finances changed, but my love life has changed and my relationship has gotten better.
I would want to go to Bali and Thailand and Vietnam and really just travel for a while.
And now we have the freedom, the financial freedom to do that.
With all the volatility in the markets right now, and all the uncertainty in the economy and the world in general, financial education is more important than ever.
I would suggest this event to anybody who has stomach-crunching moments when it comes to money.
Anyone who is learning how to invest, who wants to learn about how to make money grow.
I would recommend that somebody work with Penelope if they are really wanting to put their money to work for them instead of just working for their money.
Someone who's looking for practical tools in order to create assets that produce results that allow you to get out of the rat race.
Hey folks, Simon T. Bailey. Have you lost your spark? Is a job just a job? Is a relationship just a relationship? Is a business just a business? Well, I've taken the last couple of years to do some deep diving questions and asking myself, did I ever lose my spark? Yeah, I have. And when I lost my spark, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to quit. But I decided that, guess what? When you find your spark, you find your joy. And when you find your joy, you find your people. And when you find your people, you find your voice. So when you find your voice, you connect with people who get you, you tap into your joy, and you become the spark for everyone around you. So I've put together this book, Be the Spark. I'm so happy to bring this to the marketplace because I believe it will become the guide that will give you the kickstart that will enable you to light it up wherever you go. So if you say, Simon, I've lost the spark at home, in business, in life, and you and your friends are saying, you know what, I really want a prescription that is sustainable. And I believe as I share my stories, my pain of what I went through, that you're going to be equipped with tips, tools, and techniques on how you can be the spark. So listen, go to simontbailey.com, get the book, and remember, I love you and I believe in you, and there's not a darn thing you can do about it.
Hi, I am Marquessa Petway, and you're tuned in to the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show
with Wendy Y. Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode goes live.
Jones, and you're tuned in to the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with Wendy Y. Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode goes live.
Hi, I'm Roshanda Pratt, known online as The Rosh Show Live, and you're tuned in to Profitable Coaching Conversations with Wendy Y. Bailey. Make sure to like, comment, review, subscribe so you'll know when the next conversation goes live.
Okay, everyone, welcome back. We're now talking with Roshanda Pratt, who is a live stream strategist and storyteller. We've spent a lot of time getting to know Roshanda, but now we're going to ask her these powerful questions that you can learn from, get inspired by, called Profitable Wisdom. So first question up, Roshanda.
Yes.
Who has had the greatest influence on you in your life?
I want to try my best not to cry when I give this answer, but it's going to have to be my grandmothers. Those two women I think about often because there's a saying, it was a meme, it was a shirt going around that, you know, I'm my ancestors' wildest dreams. And so I think about Danan, that's what we called her, you know, Caribbean culture, and Mudda. And I think about how much they have inspired me. You know, Mother always used to say, you know, books before boys, Roshanda, books before boys. And Danan was an avid storyteller. I'm telling you, this lady can tell you a story, Wendy Y, and I would have to say, is this real? Is she really telling the truth? So I think about them all the time. I think about what they weren't able to become because of circumstances, situations, and the opportunities that are afforded to me. So I'm their wildest dreams.
Love that. I am my ancestors' wildest dreams.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. So what's the best business advice you've ever received?
Best business advice. So there's so much. There's like two that I love, but I'm going to hone into the one that is a part of our company.
Okay.
It goes like this. If you are doing anything significant and it doesn't require other people, then it's not that significant. Wow. Yeah. We often, solopreneurs, want to do things the Lone Ranger style, but I've learned that a Lone Ranger will ultimately become a Gone Ranger. So if you're doing anything significant that's going to impact the world, have value, cause disruption, innovative, you have to have people who come alongside you and partner with you to get it done.
Yeah, that's amazing. In the time that I've been in business, what I've learned is relationships are everything.
That's exactly right.
You know what I mean? Everything, because
everything.
When I started my business, I started like MCI. Remember, MCI was the friends and family plan. So you reached out to your friends, and then you reached out to your family, and then you reached, you know, they kept referring people. So you were able to keep that pipeline going. And people don't know how to do that today. You know what I mean? They feel like, unfortunately, they need to be alone to get what they need to done. And let me speak to, and maybe you can speak to, let me put it that way, the person who says, I don't want any naysayers working on my stuff with me, or I don't want to invite any of that naysaying energy or spirit into what I'm trying to do. What do you say to them?
I think it really goes back to framing what that means. I mean, I don't have negative people in my life. I actually have people who are cheerleaders. And sometimes these people cheer me on so much, I'm just like, this was just an idea. When are we going to get it done? What's the deadline? Whoa. Yeah. I just was talking here. I didn't know we were actually going to go get this done. Yeah. So that's the kind of people that I have in my corner. But I think we also have to have those people who sit here. I don't want yes people around me either, Wendy Y. I want people who say to me, Roshanda, that's a good idea. Love that. But that's not the season you're in right now. Or what is that going to look like? What is it going to take? What do you have to become to do that? So I want those kind of people too. So it's not about having naysayers. I think it's about having people who honor you enough to say, you're doing this wrong. I had a friend that told me the other day, Wendy Y, she said, listen, this bio you sent me, I love you, but this is missing the mark. I said, are you telling me my bio sucks?
Okay.
And she said, yeah, a
Yes,
little bit.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
said, okay, thanks. But you need people in your life who can do that, who have this intent that they just want to see you become better. So even if that means telling me no in order for me to become better, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what's the largest single sale you've ever made in your business? And you're fairly new in your business, a couple of years, right?
Yeah, that I've gotten serious. I've been in the entrepreneur space for about 10 years, but honestly, I was playing. You know how that goes. It was
You were a
treated like a
hobbyist.
hobby.
Yeah, you were
Yeah, it was a
dabbling.
hobby.
Yeah.
And it was producing like a hobby. So I've gotten really serious really within the last 6 years since live video started, really gotten serious about it. And I'm happy that the one single sale that I had was a contract of $20,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell me the circumstances. What happened and what did you do to earn that?
So one of the things I love to tell people, and I know that this will really support you guys, is this thought of nothing is wasted. Nothing with God is wasted. So though I am a storyteller, live stream strategist, I do have people who contact me for producer services where they want me to come in and help them produce not necessarily a live show online, but maybe a show back in a newsroom or provide some editorial or creative context. So that was one of the contracts. Someone wanted me to come back on and produce a show for a certain length of time. And I said, yeah, I love to get back into producing. So that was really exciting because I love the fact that I'm not one dimensional, and neither are you.
Yeah.
That
no one is.
No one is. That
no
the
one is.
situation and circumstances and the education and the professional things that we've gone through and we have learned, you can still utilize that in your company.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And did you celebrate?
I celebrated with my husband and kids, and we had a dance party.
I love it. Dance party, right? Yeah, I love it. I love it. Yeah, who do I look like doing that? I'm not sure what that was, but okay.
I love it. Own it, Wendy Y. Own it.
Yeah. I'm gonna get my black girl card revoked doing something like that if I tried to get on the dance floor like that. I don't know if you know this, but I'm a Chicago style stepper, and once I started learning, I can't do regular dances anymore. I went to this party after I learned Chicago style stepping, and I looked crazy dancing with people because I couldn't keep the beat. It's a different beat, when you're stepping. So.
But it's so beautiful. Like I've watched the videos.
Yeah,
I did not know that about you.
I describe it as a slow choreographed swing.
Yes.
Some people call it hand dancing. There are names for it and everything. It evolved from the bop, which was real popular, several years ago, a few decades ago. It was popular, like before our lifetime. But yeah, that dance, I need to do something with that. Y'all, I don't really dance like that, just so you understand.
No, if she's doing Chicago style, she's just really got rhythm. For real.
I would look different and be better than that if I were stepping, for sure.
Yes.
So we all as entrepreneurs get into these dark places when we think of giving up. What has helped you to get through those times and get beyond?
I think about the people who have invested and poured in me, and that I have a responsibility to them to show up. My visibility is power. So I think about my kids who have sacrificed, who are very much a part of the company, who see our business goals, and to have my 12-year-old and 10-year-old pray over my business goals, to have them ask me questions about, how did that sales call go? Those kinds of things. I think about them. I think about my grandmother. I think about the fact that I'm their wildest dreams, so I can't give up. I can't quit. I think about the people that I'm called to serve, that if I don't show up, then maybe they'll never get their answer. And I think about my husband who has, poured into the company, written checks, carried, banners and all of those things. And I think about my brain trust, this powerful group, Wendy Y, of 5 other women who are just like, we are committed to you being successful, Ro. Wow. We're committed to you hitting your goals and pushing me and helping me to get there. So I think about all of those women, all of the people who I've connected to, and I said, I can't afford to quit and I can't lose.
Yeah, that's powerful. It really is. You said something, and I want you to share a little bit more about it. You used the word brain trust. Tell us about the brain trust and how that came together for you.
You know, it's my secret weapon. And so the brain trust really is, and you know, it goes back to, I believe it's FDR. He had a brain trust of people that he would go to and talk to about decisions that he would,
wise
counsel. And this brain trust is powerful women in every sector. So I have a whole woman strategist who deals with the whole woman. I have a fitness trainer, a brand image strategist, someone who deals with financial and book publishing. And then I also have a sales strategist, all on this brain trust. And it really came together during COVID. I sat there and I thought about the fact that we're better together. Remember what I said, that if you're doing anything significant and it doesn't require other people, that it's not that significant. And I said, you know what, especially during COVID, we got to think about collaborations and partnerships. So these 5 women came to mind. I got them together on a Zoom call, and for 6 weeks straight, we just taught each other out of our own area of expertise and knowledge. And it was dynamic. And we did it for 6 weeks and realized we want to be together some more. So we created a brain trust where we get together bi-weekly, talk about each other's goals, hold each other to our goals, and then the strategy to help our sister get there.
I love it. I totally love that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to borrow that. Like, I got some people I need to reach out to, and we're going to get it together, you know.
A brain
I'm
trust.
Like, yes,
because
yes.
You don't have all the answers. And sometimes we have blind spots and you don't see certain things. And they have been so pivotal in my life, because there are times that I don't see things how I should. And they're like, sis, you're missing that. Did you not see that? I'm like, I didn't see that. So just to have people who have your genuine interest in the heart, and then to also have people who are standing with you and saying, no, we're going to push you and help you get to where you're going. I'm like, well, what about you guys? They said, don't worry about us. We're going to get to where we're going when we help you get there, because you brought this group together. That's powerful.
Yeah, I love it. I really, really do. And what is your greatest personal accomplishment outside of your business?
A greatest personal accomplishment outside of my business. I think my greatest personal accomplishment is my family. I love these.
That's actually what people. I thought you were going to say. Yeah.
My family. I love these 3 little people. They hold me accountable on various levels. They hold me accountable spiritually. They hold me accountable naturally. They push me to be better. They are funny. They help me realize when I need to chill out and just have a good time, because sometimes I can be a worker bee. And so they help me. They bring a lot of balance and safety to my life. So I just love these 3 little people.
Yeah. And when you talk about your 3 little people, I know you've got a 12-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 2-year-old.
And a 2-year-old. Yeah. That was a surprise gift.
How did that happen?
Listen, we're still trying to figure that out, because Wendy Wise, she was a hernia. I went to the doctor. I was on meds for a hernia and went back, and this hernia had feet and toes and legs.
Wow. Okay.
I had no idea. And when I went back to the doctor to follow up, indeed, I was already going into my 2nd trimester.
Wow.
I had no idea.
That's amazing. She's a miracle baby, huh?
She is. And she's a blessing. And I often say, you know, and the older kids say it too, what were we doing before Baby Show got here?
Yeah.
I don't know. What were we doing?
Yeah. And that's what you call her, Baby Show?
We call her Baby Show because when I was going through that pregnancy, you know, being a live streaming strategist and having my own live stream show, a lot of people gravitated towards this experience. She became their internet niece. Like, that's what they call her.
Yes.
And it was amazing because, and this is the power of community and what live video or social media can do for you. Because Wendy, why? This is what happened. When I went in that night, I did a video. I did not go live. I was like, you guys, I'm not live streaming the delivery. But I went live from the hospital. I only could get limited internet service just to tell people the day is coming. Baby Show is on the way. We call her Baby Show because my husband doesn't want her real name on the internet. So Baby Show. And people stayed up waiting for the delivery announcement. At least 3 people.
That's powerful. That's huge, girl. I'm like, wow.
And I said, wait, what? And they said, Roshanda, thank you so much for including us on this journey. We feel like we're her internet aunties. And it's true. She has her own community. She went to the potty for the first time, like on her own, by herself. She made the announcement on social media. And you know what happened?
She made the announcement on social media.
She made the announcement. She says, I went potty. And we celebrated. And someone inboxed me and said, what's her Cash App? And I'm like, she's 2. She doesn't have a Cash App. And someone sent her $100.
That's amazing. That's amazing. The thing that I love about, the thing that I love about your story and how you have incorporated it and built your business over this 6-year period of time is you always find a way to engage people. Like I found you initially when I was scrolling through Facebook and you were doing a live, and I stopped because you were saying something that I wanted to hear. And I noticed you had a ton of people on your live stream. I'm talking ton for most people, 40, 50, 60 people. I was like, who is this person that's getting that many people on her live stream? You know, I wanted to know. And you've got a great way of engaging people into whatever you're talking about. Before we go to the last break, you say one of your expressions is visibility is power.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that in the context of all of this engagement that you create with your live streams.
I want people to see and know that I see them. And I'm going to try not to get emotional just telling this because this is such a tenet of my company community. So many people feel invisible, a hidden figure. And while I help my clients do that, I want the person who clicks into my live video to know that I see them. So that's why I take the time to call their name, the way I position my camera, the way I engage with people on video, because I want people to know that maybe you went the whole day feeling invisible. Maybe you went the whole day and no one heard you. No one's really seeing you. I want people to know that their visibility is power and that I hear and I see you. And that's important to me.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. One of the benefits of being in my business for more than 18 years is as I've grown to serve my ideal clients more fully, I've also amassed a lot of really amazing content to support them. I decided a couple of years ago that I would create more Coaching Client Sales and Marketing Academy. And it's designed to help in 3 key areas of focus and discovery: mindset, marketing, and sales. Mindset is everything. That is my personal mantra. And as my personal mantra, what I try to do is elevate the mind of my clients so that you can get bigger, bolder, better, everything in your business. It means greater clients. It means you're able to step into sales in a big way. It also means that you can market and promote yourself because you understand the value you're bringing to the marketplace. Marketing is part of that promotion that you do. It's making sure that you are on the right platforms, and being on the right platforms, you can successfully attract your most ideal clients and serve them fully. Sales means that you actually learn what it means to step into that sales conversation and walk your clients down the path of enrolling in working with you. I love More Coaching Client Sales and Marketing Academy, not just because of these 3 key areas, but there's a lot of nuts and bolts there as well. I give live training once a month. They're monthly one-on-one office hours. That means I get to coach you as a member of the Academy. There are video replays, there are discussion forum, there's a program concierge who's managing the content and making sure if you have any questions, you get them addressed. If you have any problems or hiccups, there's someone there to support you. There's a ton of recommended tools and resources as well. And because this is just one of the many offerings I have, I also offer you savings opportunities to connect with me in other ways. Don't just take what I say. Join the Academy so that you can create high-value, high-dollar programs. You can sell high-dollar services and programs with grace and ease. Build relationships with more of your most ideal clients. Create lead magnets that attract more of your most ideal clients. Develop your unique and authentic selling strategy. Gain more visibility for your program, services, and products. Become a marketplace influencer on the right platforms. Accelerate your income quickly and strategically, and create consistent monthly income of $10,000 or more. It's designed to accelerate your income. Don't take my word for it. What Academy members say, like Sharita Sparrow, therapeutic arts master of the Feathers Touch, she says, once upon a time, I struggled in my business when it came to increasing my rates. I felt uncomfortable charging the true value for my therapeutic art services. After working with Wendy Y, I instantly doubled my income. She showed me how to reframe my approach to charging what I deserve, no more shortchanging myself. Not just Sharita, there's also Rebecca. Rebecca said, I would be happy to speak to anyone considering Wendy Y's services. My investment in working with her saw a financial return of 200%, along with additional coaching and speaking opportunities. All I can say is thank you, Wendy Y. Thank you, Rebecca. And then there is Wilma. Wilma says, working with Wendy Y is a great fit for me. I feel that I'm in partnership with a coach who is helping me achieve my business goals. Wendy Y's suggestions are on the money, and I'm learning so much. I now have a new way to acquire customers who are willing to work with me and are excited about positive change. Wendy Y, you are the one for me. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Wilma. And then finally, there is Kenneth. Kenny says, Wendy Y is such a professional coach and transformational expert. She always knows exactly what to say or do to make sure that I stay on track with my business. She knows if I need a marketing strategy, a better technique, or a mindset shift. All of it weighs in, and I appreciate having you as a member, Kenneth. So let me just say to you, I'm looking for an elite group of members for the Academy at this point. And because it's such an elite group, I've got an elite number for you. For the first 100 members, and I'm ticking them off, there are less than 100 spots available now, you can become a member at More Coaching Client Sales and Marketing Academy for $88.88 per month. That's all it is. You get all of what I've described for $88.88. 8 is a number for abundance, and I'm so excited to extend this special opportunity for the first 100 elite members of More Coaching Client Sales and Marketing Academy to you. Go to morecoachingclients.com and enroll today.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Madsen, and you're tuned in to the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with Wendy Y. Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe so that you're notified when the next episode goes live.
Hey, I am Lisa Santiago McNeil, and you are tuned in to the Profitable Coaching Conversations Show with Wendy Y. Bailey. Make sure that you like, comment, review, and subscribe so that you're notified when the next episode goes live. See you later.
Hi, I'm Simon T. Bailey, and you are tuned into the Profitable Coaching Conversations with Wendy Y. Bailey. Listen, it's an amazing show. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel so you know when the next episode is coming your way.
Okay, we've been talking with Roshanda Pratt, who is the Livestream Strategist. Roshanda, we've been talking a lot about this whole platform of live streaming and why it's important and why you do what you do and who you serve and what you do to serve them. If there's one thing, there's one thought you want our viewers and our listeners to walk away with from our conversation, what is that?
That you deserve to be seen, heard, and paid. That this is not the year to shrink back. This is not the time to remain a hidden figure. This is not the time to blend in the background because you are comfortable. If you know that you have a message in your heart, you know that you have something that people need that's gonna make a difference in their life. If you understand that you are the solution to their problem, then you have got to step up and be seen. Those who have the eyeballs have the wallet. And there's a Native American proverb that I like that says, those who tell the stories rule the world. There's a part of the world you are called to rule, but you have to show up telling the story. Your visibility is power.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Roshanda. I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you so much for this opportunity. This has been a powerful, powerful dialogue.
Awesome. You've got a gift for everyone. You want to tell everybody about it?
Yes. So a lot of times people are really scared to hit that go live button, or they're hitting the button and maybe they're not hitting the goals that they want. So I have a little PDF download that shares my 6 live video success tips that I believe that will support you in being seen, heard, and paid.
Very, very nice. Look for that in the show notes, and you can connect and engage with Roshanda at profitablecoachingsociety.com. That's our private community, our growing community of coaches, speakers, industry experts, and marketplace influencers who are connecting to share best practices and support and learn and connect with the guest as well. So go over there and we will see you there. We'll see you for another episode of the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show soon. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thanks so much for tuning into Profitable Coaching Conversations with Wendy Y. Bailey. Be sure to join us at the after party at www.profitablecoachingsociety.com. We'll see you next time for more sales and marketing wisdom and insight from Wendy Y. and her amazing guests. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you know when new episodes are posted.